What if we told you you could pack half as much, skip all the checked bag fees, and still have fresh, clean clothes every day? Today, I'm going to show you how our favorite laundry hacks save us money, weight, time, and stress. We're going to cut your packing list in half. We're going to save you at least $60 in baggage fees. You're going to be able to stay fresh and clean even on those 2-week trips. And this works with travel size gear you probably already have. We are Wayne and Melissa, and we are budget travelers. The first thing you need to do is put together your travel wardrobe. You need to try to get this down to 3 tops, 3 bottoms, and 3 layering pieces. And one of those pieces needs to be a jacket. So I usually take a pair of joggers, a pair of travel pants, an airplane outfit, and then 3 shirts: long sleeve shirt, short sleeve shirt, and some type of sun hoodie. And then I bring a layering shirt. These are my Columbia travel shirts. Typically, I bring a white one and a tan one, and they can be used as little jackets over a t-shirt, or they can be stand alone on their own as shirts. And then I'll bring a jacket, like a rain jacket, typically, or like an all-weather jacket, something that can be used not only in the rain, but in if it's a little cooler and even if it's windy outside. So the first thing you'll need to do is pick out your travel wardrobe. You want to pick out colors that are complementary. So remember, you only need 3 shirts, 3 pants, and 3 layering pieces. One of them being a sun hoodie, one being a rain jacket, and another one could be a travel shirt. You want fabrics that are lightweight and that dry quickly. Layering is the key. You want to have things that will you can layer it. So if it's cool outside, you can put on 2 or 3 layers and regulate your temperature that way. Or you want something like you want to start with a short sleeve shirt. So on warm days, you only have to wear 1 layer. It's really simple to put these together, and it makes your packing so much easier because you don't have to think about it. What am I packing for this trip? You pretty much can pack this setup for any trip. When you say 3 bottoms, 2 of those could be a pair of shorts, or 2 pairs of shorts. And then you can wear long pants. If you're going to a more formal event or you need to wear a dress up outfit, that could be your airplane outfit, scaled down a little bit, or you could pack, you could pack a suit. That's all possible when you would limit it to 3 bottoms, 3 tops, and 3 layering pieces. Then doing laundry on the road is fairly simple. You need a sink or a bathtub or some type of dry bag that you can use as a wash bag. We typically do it in the hotel sink. You may have issues with some of them not having plungers, and so it's good to take one of those silicone sink stoppers. That way you make sure you have it. You can take laundry sheets instead of laundry liquid. That'll keep your liquids down. We typically travel with Dr. Bronner's because we can use that 18 different uses. So you can use it on your face, your body, your laundry, uh, just about anything, dishes. You can use Dr. Bronner's for so many things. And it's concentrated, so it only takes a drop or two before to lather up really nice and wash your clothes. So you'll run your sink full of water, and then you'll add your Dr. Bronner's in there and swish it around. Then I have this cool little tool that is like a mini washboard. This helps you if you have a stain, which is something else you're going to want to pack, is some type of stain stick or Tide to Go pen or Shout or Dollar Tree stain wipes. You're going to want to pack those so if you get a stain, you can immediately address it and not have it sit there and dry on your clothing. But this little washboard is handy because it allows you to add a little agitation to the scrubbing process if you need some of them need a little bit more attention. So you run the sink full of water, and then I do 2 or 3 pieces at a time. If it's a pair of pants, I'll typically just do that. But you can get your underwear in there and your socks in there, a shirt, definitely a shirt and a pair of pants. I don't wash my jackets when I'm traveling. Most of the time, I don't need to wash my pants either because we are only going for 3 or 4 nights. Now, if we were going for 2 weeks, I would definitely be washing my pants. but most pants can be worn 2 or 3 times. When you're traveling in the winter, you'll probably have a base layer, so you wouldn't have to wash your pants as often, but you would have to wash your base layer more often. A couple of tools you're gonna need laundry detergent. You can use the soap sheets. You can use liquid laundry detergent. You can also do types of the things that make your laundry smell good, like scent beads. You can do that. Those dissolve in water pretty easily. You may want to bring some travel coat hangers. That just gives you a little more flexibility in hanging up your clothes. You may want to bring a travel clothesline. We have two of them now. We have one that has the clips already in it and it's a little bulkier. And then we have a very minimal one that uses these weighted beads, and it allows you to create a little tension along the line. The clothesline is actually a double line, two lines going, two pieces of line at the same time. And so you will stick like your socks through the two weights. And I'm going to show you what this looks like in the video. Those are the tools you're going to need. So we usually dedicate one little pouch or bag as our laundry kit. And so everything just stays in there. So when we know we're going to be traveling and we need to do laundry on the road, we just grab that pouch and add it to our setup. It's a lot less weight and bulk to add that pouch to our suitcase than it is to add extra clothing. So you're down to a few pieces of clothing. You'll put them in a compression packing cube that keeps your weight and size down even more. Then you have your laundry kit, your laundry pouch. So you'll wash your clothes in the sink. You'll rinse them out, and then it's time to wring them out. Now you can wring them out in the sink. You can squeeze them and squeeze them, and a lot of us probably that would be sufficient. However, if you don't feel strong enough to be able to wring majority of the water out, which I can no longer do, I have this little trick that I use. You will simply wring them out as best you can, and then you can take the towel you just used when you took your shower, or you can take a clean towel. It's totally up to you. And you will spread that out on top of the table or the ironing board or the bed, just somewhere where you can lay it flat. You'll lay the towel down, and then you'll take your items, and it'll be socks, underwear, bra. That's usually enough for one roll up, and you'll just lay them out like it's in this video, and then you'll roll the towel up until the thing is completely rolled out. And then you will squeeze, and what you're doing is you're drawing the excess water out. So you'll do that and you unroll it, and then you'll hang those items up on your clothing line. Then you do it again. You go and you wash out your shirt or your pants and you wring them out as best you can. You come back to a towel, can be the same towel or a different towel, and you lay them flat. You roll that up, squeeze the excess water out, and then you hang those clothes up to dry. I have not had one instance where my clothing was not dry by the next day. I typically give it about 12 hours to dry because I'll dry probably 6, 7 o'clock at night, and then by 6, 7 o'clock the next morning, they're ready to go. If you can put them outside, they'll probably dry a little quicker. However, if you're in a humid climate or you have some weather or you're worried about them blowing away, then I would just keep them inside. We typically use the shower rod. We use the hang rod in the closet. We use suction cup hooks attached to tile walls or attached to a glass shower door or a glass sliding door. But using those suction cup hooks are invaluable. They just save you so much space. And we use them for so many different things. So I hope this has been helpful. If there's anything about travel laundry that you're unsure of, or you want recommendations for the best types of fabric to use, please leave those down in the comments. Also, if there's anything I missed, please leave that down in the comments. We've been doing this for quite a while and it has always worked out great. So I am extremely comfortable doing laundry on the road, but I realize for some people that might be a new thing. So feel free to ask all the questions. We will share advice and suggestions back and forth so we're all able to pack less and save more money.
We appreciate you sticking with us to the end of this video. We share travel tips, packing videos, and tools for navigating the points and miles ecosystem. If this interests you, don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out. Have a great day, and we will see you next time.